Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. There's been tons of football today, right? Despite not being a lot of Premier League games, but there's been a lot that's happened, not just in terms of the Premier League, but away from it as well. AFCON has kicked off. I'm going to give my 2 cents in terms of what we've seen so far at the end of this video, so keep your eyes peeled for that. In relation to the AFCON as well, I am looking to do separate content for that. The competition has started. I've got a couple of things that I want to put in place first, and then I think we are going to jump into proper AFCON related content on the channel. It's been I'd say it's been a slow start so far, but has it been? Well, I'll get to that at the end of the video. Anyway, keep your eyes peeled. But Chelsea, stuff that we're going to talk about first. We're going to jump into little thoughts on what happened between Tottenham and Manchester United and what it means for the Premier League table as well. But before I get into that, don't forget to make sure that you are hitting the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified of all the videos that are coming, on top of not just the regular content through the transfer window. Now there's a little break. We're not going to see Chelsea play for a little bit. So we are going to focus on news, the latest updates and everything else that's happening. Make sure you are hitting the subscribe button, and as well keep your eye out for the AFCON content as it does drop on here properly. Let's start off with Chelsea and the latest, right? Couple of things to talk about. Chelsea are currently 9th because of what's happened between Tottenham and Manchester United, and as a result what's happened between Manchester City and Newcastle. Unbelievable. If we're just going to take a moment, unbelievable really, and KDB just rocks up and he just decides to take the league by storm like he never left. I mean, unbelievable. And then I started seeing comparisons across all of social media. Everyone's all of a sudden saying that, look, Lampard couldn't do this, KDB is this, which he is. Don't get me wrong, KDB's football IQ is that of Albert Einstein if he was a footballer. Unbelievable, right? It's just ridiculous, his ability. But all of a sudden people started flooding and going, Lampard can't do it, Lampard can't do this, and then everyone started just showing example by example by example by example by example by example of what Lampard used to do back in the day. Please, I feel like it's wrong to even compare the two footballers. Can we just appreciate that both are incredible, right? But Lampard in his day was just, come on. Do we even need to have this conversation? Put some respect on Frank Lampard's name here as a player, definitely. As a manager, we all have opinions. It's not a problem. You can discuss that. But as a player, come on, man. This guy was pinging out balls and passes and all sorts of assists and goals, and it was ridiculous. If you weren't there for it, you weren't there for it. I'm sorry you missed it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. But we saw what Man City did and what KDB did, and as a result, it means that Newcastle dropped points, which helped Chelsea, and as a result, Tottenham getting a point at Old Trafford today kind of helped Chelsea. It could have been better if Timo Werner had actually found the net. That would have been nice. But he got an assist, but I'm not surprised. Timo Werner's the player to get everyone an assist, but he can't get a goal. That's basically Timo Werner. So any Tottenham fans are unsure what they've just got, that's what you got. You ain't going to get goals from him. You'll definitely find him helping the team. That's for sure. So Chelsea are sitting 9th now. And I should be more excited than what I am. And I'm not. Why? Because the fixture list is just, have you seen Chelsea's fixtures now that we have? Once we come back to Premier League football, who we're going to be playing? Our next game is at Anfield. I mean, we're going to need to pray a little bit here for us to be able to continue, to climb up the table. I don't think we should be very optimistic on that. You never know, but the way that we've been moving, I'm not. Until we see something proper from Chelsea and a real sudden turn in the way that we play our football, then I'll be like, okay, but is it going to happen? Doubt it. Anyway, what can Chelsea do to help? Well, there's one player where there's rumours kicking off all over the place as to what's going on with him, what's happening, is he available? Let's get right into it. Here's the latest on, I can't believe I'm saying his name, Karim Benzema. Karim Benzema has not shown up for Al Ittihad yet to resume the season in 2024. He already missed 3 training sessions before the new year. Manager Gallardo has decided he will not travel with the squad to Dubai for camp. So, Benzema's gone AWOL. It's funny, this happened, and then I started seeing some people say, oh no, look, he's got an attitude problem. Don't want him in the club. When did he have an attitude problem when he was at Real Madrid? Never. When did he have an attitude problem ever? There was one scandal that happened off the pitch, right, which I think got cleared up, but anyway, don't hold me to that. However, apart from that, on a footballing level, he's been known to be very professional, very, on his job, very serious, and doesn't just sulk around and just mess about. This is one instance, and I don't quite know what's going on, but we've seen Jordan Henderson kick up a fuss about his life in Saudi Arabia and he's not settled in. That doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that you get foreign players from Western countries that go to a place like Saudi and they can't find their feet. I'm not surprised. Benzema, different story. Benzema, like Kante, like any other, Sadio Mane, any other Muslim player goes to Saudi Arabia, trust me, they are finding their feet very comfortably. In that environment, in that way of life, in that with that much ease, because they've got their religious way of life there, plus they've got all luxury that they could possibly ask for. And they're playing their football towards the latter stage of their career. They're very comfortable. So something clearly has happened here in isolation between Benzema and Gallardo, I'm guessing, right? The manager and the player. So, he could be available. I want to say, would I take Benzema or, to Chelsea? Of course I would. But look, realistically, there's a possibility that a move can happen for Benzema to somebody, to a club. Some people are saying he might go back to Madrid. I don't think that's going to happen. The problem here is who's going to cover his salary. That's problem numero un, or numero uno. That's problem number one, mate. He's making a lot of money. Who's going to cover that salary? If there can be a compromise between the club that he might go to and Al Ittihad, then fine. If I was a sporting director at a club, let's say Chelsea, for example, if I was a sporting director at Chelsea, I'd be like, listen, look, we got a bit of financial difficulty at the moment, FFP and all that. Yeah, it's mad in this league. You should try it. But you got a lot of money. How about we help each other out here? We can get Benzema off you. You continue to pay a little bit of his salary. We'll cover a little bit and, we'll try and get him motivated again. Then we can send you back. How's that? All I would want Benzema on is a 6-month loan. Not even 6 months. We're coming towards the mid-January. So February, March, April, May. June, if you want to add June. 4-5 months. 4-5 month loan for the rest of the season is all I would want. How can you say no to Benzema? Just last season, Benzema was coming to the bridge and doing a madness on us. Yeah? Do you remember what he scored at the bridge last? That was just last season. People are going to say he's old. But he was doing that last season. Yeah? He's not dropped in level significantly. I would absolutely take Benzema, but I have to be honest here. I think this is a non-mover. I think there's basically no chance, not even anyone to entertain it just because of salary, logistically, I just don't think it's going to happen. But he has to go somewhere, so I want to entertain it, and I want to say, look, what are we going to do for the rest of the season if we're looking to get a striker in the summer? Are we just going to keep ploughing forward with Broja and Jackson when he comes back from AFCON, which is going to take off even more time? So when he comes back, I expect Senegal to go far. We've not seen them play yet, but how can you say no to Benzema? You know what I mean? Come on. And then in the summer, we go after a striker properly, and then we'll move from there. But I would absolutely take the possibility of a 4-5 month loan for Benzema. Thank you very much. If there can be compromise on salary, how can you say no? How? He is not just elite, mate. He's one of the best strikers on the, in the world. Some people are going to mock that he's gone to Saudi and therefore he's rubbish now. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. But if we're talking about buying the player, absolutely, I wouldn't. But just to cover for this time, whilst we can wait till the summer to see what we're going to do, hell yeah. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, there's already stick on Osimhen because of what happened earlier on. I'm going to get to the whole AFCON stuff later on in the video. So as I've said, stay tuned. But that even if that's going to happen, that's going to be in the summer. And now there's even talk of, should we even go for Osimhen? Look, I think we should. Unless he pulls off stinker after stinker after stinker for the rest of the season, then we get turned off in the summer, fair enough. But I don't feel like that's going to happen. I feel like he's going to score. He did score today. Nice header tap in, but anyway, he did score. He is still a top striker. I would absolutely take him. That's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I want to mention this very quickly, right? I had a problem with this, and I've seen some people talk about the, let's say, its counterpart, and I want to address it. Let's get into it. Chelsea fans were left baffled as a group of supporters, well, they weren't supporters, but were seen brushing their teeth and reading a book during the game against Fulham. The stunt was to promote an upcoming film called Argyle, which is made by a production company owned by Chelsea chief Todd Boehly. So that's the geezer brushing his teeth, and that's them reading a book. Now, if you look where they're placed directly behind the players, right? Behind them, you've got, I think, some of... Well, not fans. I think they're close family. I'm not sure if they are actually supporters with memberships and season tickets. You've got the press directly behind them as well. So the media are placed in that section. But this isn't just my problem. Some people are going to mention that in 2013, this happened. Let me show you. So in 2013, there was this that happened at Stamford Bridge as well. And this was a bunch of, look, I don't even know what to call them, right? But they were sitting in a corner of the stadium to, again, make some sort of a promotion. Right. So some people are saying you can't complain about what we saw yesterday because literally Roman Abramovich done the same thing. I beg to differ on a certain level. Let me give some context to this. I don't have an issue with just one little bit of publicity there. The problem with what we saw this weekend was there was advertising on the press conference table. There were players wearing bags with advertising on it for this movie. I'm not really got much of a problem with. But what happened at the ground, right? We've got these guys literally placed behind the bench with books. The shed end banner that's there with Chelsea banners normally got taken down and then plastered with Argyle promotion. This is to promote a movie that is being produced by a company owned by Todd Boehly. What I showed you happened in 2013 was Samsung. One promotion for Samsung, right? Now, to give the context, Samsung were our shirt sponsor and by that time had been with us for 8 years and were literally giving us sponsorship money, and they put this in the ground that Chelsea accepted in order to promote, I don't know what it was, but Samsung promoted something, right? Literally our front of shirt sponsor, not an exterior company owned by our owner that wants to promote a movie. Is that even going to directly benefit Chelsea Football Club? No, I think that's going to benefit the movie. Just the movie. With Samsung, they are our front of shirt sponsor and had been with us for 8 years in order for us to just go, yeah, no problem. You know, there's been a relationship built there. These guys have chosen a moment as well where we're not good. You know, I know we're sitting 8th now, but round it up, we've been 10th for so long. We finished 12th last season. Fans are not happy. We're in so much uncertainty, so much instability, so much craziness going on. And Todd Boehly wants to use Chelsea to promote a film made by his company. Are Chelsea even being financially benefited from this? Who knows? What it has done, I'll give them this, on a marketing level, look, I'm talking about it now. It's given it publicity. You best believe there's going to be more people that watch Argyle now for positive or negative reaction just because of what happened yesterday. And this is what the aim is. If there's one thing to learn in marketing, is that positive publicity, negative publicity is still publicity. Anyone will take it. Especially those people at that level that are making bread, right? Billions. They will take positive or negative publicity because for them, publicity is publicity and attention pays. It's as simple as that. So fans were not feeling like it was in goodwill. It was in good gesture. And the timing of it has been completely wrong. Unlike 2013, where we just come off the back of winning the Champions League, I think no one would have complained about anything back then. The timing couldn't be more perfect in order to market something at Stamford Bridge because everyone's happy. So that's the context that I felt like had to be given in relation to this. Let me know your thoughts down below. Personally, It didn't sit well with me with the amount of publicity given for this movie across the whole weekend. And at the ground, literally everything was Argyle. You know, the banner above the shed end was Argyle. The publicity was Argyle. These guys brushing their teeth and reading books behind the flipping bench of the team, you know, up there for publicity. The whole thing was just too much. So that's where fans were not very happy. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Timo Werner has returned, and he's same old, as I've said. Tottenham getting the 2-2 draw against Manchester United. He got an assist, and he didn't score. He's not changed. His shooting is still the same. It's still the same. So I'm not shocked at all in terms of his performance there. But decent performance overall from Timo Werner, don't get me wrong, but he can't shoot to save his life. Anyway, that's that. Tottenham getting a 2-2 draw. Manchester City, KDB, influence, madness. Newcastle, fair play. Did not expect them to put in that level of performance. They could have won if it wasn't for KDB, so there's that. Credit to Newcastle being, you know, handicapped as much as they are, and they still managed to push Manchester City. So that's the Premier League weekend. We have AFCON. That has begun now. Ivory Coast kicking off, and decent performance from them. 2-0 win over Guinea-Bissau, and very smooth operation, I would say, from Ivory Coast. They looked pretty decent. They looked like they were on it. They were dominating the game, creating chances. They physically looked good. They're at home, good crowd. They're obviously going to have that advantage, so there's that. We moved into Nigeria, played earlier on today, and they got a 1-1 draw against Equatorial Guinea. I just want to say, Equatorial Guinea are not a bad side. I can testify for this. The last AFCON, I was shocked about what Equatorial Guinea did to us, did to my country. You know, but Algeria had a horrible tournament. We got knocked out the group stage despite being defending champions. We had so many things going wrong for us. Equatorial Guinea, though, did beat us 1-0. Today is a case of Nigeria having to come back from 1-0 down immediately after conceding. Osimhen getting the goal. Good cross into the box, and he headed it in literally from 1 yard out into the top corner. So fair play. Good goal for Osimhen. Nigeria looking a bit flat. But I don't want to judge, because the start of a tournament is the start of a tournament. I mean, look, right now, as I'm recording, Egypt are losing to Mozambique. Egypt winning 1-0, Salah with an assist that wasn't an assist, by the way. Go and look at it. But they're losing 2-1, and they're on the brink of losing this game right now. That's Mozambique. There's no small team in Africa anymore. There is no small team whatsoever now in Africa. That's just the way that it is. So we have to make sure that we don't look at these teams that are kicking off across the tournament and think, oh, that's a small team, that's a little team, they're not going to do anything. Trust me. The beautiful thing about African football, anything can happen. Trust me, anything can happen. So there's that. So Nigeria 1-1 against Equatorial Guinea. Currently Mozambique beating Egypt 2-1, and I think Mozambique are going to beat them, which is a shock. But there has been teams that have lost, big teams that have lost their first game in a tournament that have gone on to win it. So this is what I want to say. It's not a catastrophe yet. It's a bad start, but it's not a catastrophe yet for Nigeria or for Egypt. But I do expect them to up the levels in their second games. They have to. There's no choice. So they put themselves in a bit of a corner, but they do have enough strength to get themselves out of it. So there's that. Tomorrow is Ghana. No, sorry, tonight. Tonight is Ghana versus Cape Verde. So later on, we're going to see what Ghana have to offer. It's a new, young, fresh, flamboyant team. Apparently, they've gone under the radar. No one's really talking about Ghana anymore, so we'll keep our eyes and see what they're going to do. Senegal versus Gambia, the defending champions, are playing tomorrow. Cameroon against Guinea. Cameroon without Onana, unless Onana flies there in time and decides to put himself in the starting 11. I don't think that's going to happen. The Cameroonians are not happy with him, by the way, as well. So there's that. And all for a draw. You know, it's a bit of a waste of a time for Onana. He could have been at the AFCON right now. But anyway, that's tomorrow. And to round off tomorrow, Algeria versus Angola. And I have to say, I'm going to say this once, right? I'm not going to go into detail because I like the way things are moving. No one is talking about Algeria. Fantastic. Let it keep going, because trust me, I've seen what's been going on behind the scenes. I've seen the way that we've prepared. I've seen the way that we've set up. I'm not going to say anything. Let's just say I'm not unhappy. We'll leave it at that. And we'll see when the business gets going and what is going to happen. Much like Ghana have gone under the radar, no one's talking about them, despite them being fairly... Their good days have seemed like it was quite a while away. We won the African Cup in 2019. I'd like to think that, teams still... People still look at Algeria and go, they're decent, they must be. But a lot of people think, oh no, you've fallen off. We did, absolutely. But wait, just wait. We'll see. Now, that's tomorrow. Again, keep your eyes peeled on the channel. I'll be keeping up with all the transfer news and the updates and whatnot. You'll be getting normal videos. But what I think is going to happen is I think there are going to be some watch-alongs on here for AFCON, especially now that when we haven't got any football to watch up until next weekend and there's no Chelsea anyway. So there's going to be some watch-alongs, I think, on here. We are going to get into the nitty-gritty in that aspect, so make sure you guys are here for that. Much appreciated. Obviously, when I do have the time and I'm able to fit it, I will. But let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated on everything that I've discussed. Would you take Benzema? How do you think Timo Werner's doing? Are you happy about the publicity of Todd Bowley's movie promotion? And what do you think of AFCON? Let me know in the comments below. Much appreciated, and I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video, or maybe two, if I can fit it in. I'll see you then. Have a good one, people. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you have enjoyed this. Socials are on screen and in the description. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.